Winning Blueprint presents.
5 minutes or less. Carolina Panthers.
Welcome, I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. This is the Carolina Panthers in 5 minutes or less. Got 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get started. So the high point of the season for the Carolina Panthers. No non-playoff team finished with a better end to their season than the Carolina Panthers. They finished the season red hot, winning their final 4 games of the season and really saving the job of their head coach, Ron Rivera. When you start the season 3-9, normally your best days are behind you. There's no hope. There's nothing to look toward for the future because you had an abysmal season. However, the Panthers were able to play some of their best football of the season toward the end of the season, stretching from weeks 13 to 17, with wins over the likes of Atlanta, New Orleans, San Diego, and Oakland. They were able to put together a 4-week stretch of some really good football, saving their head coach's job and giving them some momentum for the next season. That was the high point of the season, finishing the season off strong. The Carolina Panthers did that, and that was the high point of their season. So now you look at the low point of the season for the Carolina Panthers. And for the Panthers, when you start the season off 1-6, that puts a damper on anything that you were looking to accomplish, especially a team that was boasting about making it to the Super Bowl before the season started. This was a young upstart team that felt like they were explosive on offense, and so if they could just get the defense to come around, we can do some damage and make it to the Super Bowl. Well, starting 1-6 quiets all of that very quickly. But in week 3, especially for me, that was the most damaging of those first 6 losses of the season. Week 3, Thursday Night Football, showcase for all to see. The Panthers are the hot ticket. Everyone wants to see Cam Newton in this explosive Carolina Panthers offense. They're on TV, Thursday Night Football, against the Super Bowl defending champion New York Giants. This is the game for the Panthers to finally show everybody what they're made of. They just had won the week prior against New Orleans at home. And so here they are, have a chance to really stake their claim in the NFC, make some noise. And they are absolutely obliterated at home, have their pants pulled down and pointed at, and have everyone laughing at them on national television, 36-7. They're absolutely destroyed. Game's never close. If you remember, Cam Newton has his head down on the sidelines. He's not talking to anyone. He doesn't want to talk to the coaches. He's showing really bad poise for a guy that's supposed to be the leader of this team. After the game, finger pointing commences. Guys start talking about who's not a leader and what they need to do in the locker room. This thing absolutely fell apart after week 3. And it's one thing when you lose. It's another thing to get blown out and realize, hey, we're not as good as we thought we were. And that's always a bad wake-up call. The day you get cold water splashed on your face and you realize, man, I thought we were a lot better than what we were. And that game in week 3 was exactly that for the Carolina Panthers. It was the low point of the season for the Carolina Panthers. So you look at free agency activity for the Carolina Panthers. It's really simple. Stand pat. You don't have any money. You came into this offseason with over $10 million over the cap. And so you don't have any money to spend. And you don't have any real free agents you need to re-sign anyhow. So if you are the Carolina Panthers, you build this thing through the draft. You don't have any money to go out and spend on free agents. You took care of a lot of your players last season, and so your money is all tied up. It's all allocated in your own guys, and that's fine. Just build through the draft. Stand pat. And so the state of the fan base for the Carolina Panthers. Lukewarm. Last season, the state of the fan base was probably more along the lines of extreme optimism. But this year is lukewarm. Ron Rivera just barely hung on to his job with that 4-game winning streak at the end of the season. The Panthers have a lot of maturing to do, mainly Cam Newton. And so you don't know what direction the Panthers are going to go in After that 4-game winning streak at the end of the season last year, you feel really confident that if the team can play like that more consistently, you'll be okay. But you don't know if they can do that for sure or not. You hear that sound in the background? That means that was the Carolina Panthers in 5 minutes or less.
Carolina Panthers, 5 minutes or less.